Welcome to NFT Nation, the most relatable and reliable NFT and crypto podcast in the nation. I'm your host, Michael Wheeler, and I'm here with my co-host, Alex Ferguson.
What's going on?
In today's episode, we're going to be covering all the most recent and most important NFT and crypto news that's happened in the space recently, and what are predictions for how the NFT marketplace is going to work out in the recent future. So, Alex, would you like to start with your first story?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start. So, for this news article, it's NFL dabbles with NFT ticket collectibles on Polygon. So, what they're pretty much going to do is they're going to have tickets that are also NFTs, which I think is pretty cool. And that you're obviously going to be paying in Polygon, which is even better. And then each team has their kind of own design, and they actually look pretty cool. And they're partnering with Dapper Labs, and they're set to release before January 19th, so during the regular season.
Oh yeah, I mean that's actually really cool to see. I mean,
Yeah.
especially with a mainstream adoption like the NFL and big companies. And I'm surprised they didn't want to use a different blockchain like Ethereum or Solana, but it honestly makes sense because just like how a lot of retail investors are switching from Ethereum and going to different blockchains that have lower gas fees. I mean, it just makes sense at this point. Unless if Ethereum doesn't, I mean, I'm still a big fan of Ethereum, but if Ethereum doesn't fix these gas fees, it's gonna die. I mean,
no one's gonna want to
there's
pay
such a
$300.
Yeah, exactly. Like if say you're going to a football game and you buy $350 ticket, your total is going to end up being $600. Like that's why it's not going to go as mainstream as it could because there's such a high barrier to entry. So I think them going Polygon is actually really smart. That's a great story to start with. So for my first story, this is actually going to be really pretty recent news, especially if you all are listening this near the Thanksgiving time. So the department store Macy's, everyone knows the Macy's Day Parade, and the department store is releasing a series of parade-themed NFTs on November 25th, which is Thanksgiving. And they plan to donate all the proceeds to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is actually really cool to see them take on something like NFTs and end up doing good with donations. And also, just like how the NFL is doing Polygon, there will be 9,500 NFTs that will be sold on the Polygon blockchain, which is actually pretty cool to see because it's going to be able to, like, normal people like you and I that will actually want to buy these, we're going to be able to afford them on the Polygon blockchain because it's not going to be insane gas fees. And also, sorry, go ahead.
Sounds like a lot of companies are moving towards Polygon. So.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes financial sense at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, there's such a high barrier to entry for NFTs. You're not going to, if you want to reach a wider audience, you're going to go to a cheaper blockchain. It just makes more sense.
Yep.
And also, the NFTs will feature some of the parade's iconic giant balloons dating back all the way to the 1920s. Macy's is also auctioning off a individual or 10 individual ultra rare NFTs from November 19th to November 30th. Like the auction should end November 30th, and all the earnings will also be going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is actually pretty good to see.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially with something like the Macy's Day Parade, and since it's such a big event, there's going to be even more eyes on it. Even if them selling NFTs get mentioned once during the broadcast, that's it. That's what, 1 million people watching, if not more. So it's just great to see adoption like that.
Yeah. So for my next article, it's Good Gaming Inc. announces latest updates for its NFT game. It's called Micro Buddies. It's gonna be pretty cool because how I read it was it's gonna just be like skins in a game, and that you buy these NFTs and then they appear in game. I guess I don't know. It was kind of
Yeah,
confusing.
I've seen a lot about that, especially with like the whole metaverse thing and pretty much how
Yeah,
crypto is going to be the economy in the metaverse. I mean, especially like just being able to buying a Fortnite skin is buying an NFT pretty much, since there's no actual like value to it, and whoever buys it gives value to it, if that makes sense.
yeah. That's gonna be. I feel like that's gonna be more games are gonna adopt that kind of idea in the
Oh yeah,
future.
exactly. Especially because they can probably just if they can just charge you money, and then they don't have to like take a fee like I don't know if any of the viewers have heard of this, but when the Epic Games like versus Apple dispute went down, it was like Apple was taking X number of percent from like every Fortnite purchase that was made. So like even though it was the player was paying Fortnite, Apple was making money off that purchase. So I think something like this could definitely be transferred over to like the normal like world of gaming. So instead of having to go through Apple to buy stuff, you maybe just go on the Fortnite website, put in your Ethereum wallet, and buy skins that you want.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's actually really cool.
yeah.
So I think there's just like more of a broad area to like go from with NFTs and like the
There's so
gaming
much
world.
potential.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was looking for. So for my second story, uh, rare photos from Tupac's debut party release album are to be sold as NFTs, and a selection of rare and unpublished photos from Tupac Shakur at the release party for his debut album are being released as NFTs.
Hmm.
So the 18 NFTs are being offered up by the hip hop journalist and photographer Lawrence Loopy D. Dotson. It's a very weird name, but apparently this photographer is very famous in the hip hop world, especially during the 90s. And these NFTs are being sold on the OpenSea platform, which the majority of NFTs are sold. And 17 of the 18 NFTs are original photos of Tupac, which haven't been seen to the public ever before,
Oh,
while the 18th NFT is pretty much a super NFT, which is all of the photos combined in one.
that's pretty cool.
Which I think, especially with someone like Tupac who has passed away and kind of been gone for a long time, and anything related to him does well, I think you'll
Yeah.
see huge prices for these. Like I wouldn't be surprised that when these get released, they're all over Twitter.
Oh yeah. They just sound cool.
Yeah, the NFTs will each come with a framed print of the photo signed by the
Ooh,
photographer, and part of the proceeds will be used to plant trees in Tupac's hometown.
no, that's
Which,
super cool.
obviously, it's really nice to see like NFTs sell for a lot of money, but especially when it comes down to it, and they like help communities and help charities, I think it's just great to see because a lot of people in the NFT world are just like profit, capital gains. Let's make as much money as possible. It's just nice to see that some companies are actually like donating to communities that need it the most.
Yeah. I think it's super cool that they send you a framed picture of your
Yeah,
NFT.
I think that's going to be sick too,
Yeah.
especially how like people are putting up like their Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs on like those electronic kind of posters. I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of future and possibility with those as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing that where they send you a picture of your NFT as well.
Yeah, that would be Especially, I feel like you're gonna like create some type of account with that like electronic poster, and then you can just change it whenever you want. You can connect your wallet and change whatever photo you want to
Yeah.
see. I think it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah,
And
that will
also,
be.
these NFTs, the photos were taken in 1992,
Ooh.
so they're almost, what is that, 30 years old? So
Yeah.
they're almost 30 years old, which like if these sold at an actual auction of the physical copies, they go for millions. So I can't even guess what they're gonna go for.
Yeah. Super pricey.
Yeah.
So for my final news article, it's the company Celsius will invest $300 million into Bitcoin mining. And that's a lot of money anyway. And I've been researching into mining pretty recently, and the stuff that people are able to do with just like $1 million is ridiculous. So when you put 300 million into Bitcoin mining, that's crazy. It says
Yeah,
that it's
that's crazy. That's
yeah,
actually so much money.
it says that the company now owns about 22,000 ASIC miners, which is ASIC is kind of like the top miner that you can buy right now. And in total, they've actually invested around 500 million, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's actually kind of insane for such a 500. That's so many. You know how big a facility has to be for
I
$500 million? Like
the
I
place
follow a
is
few. Like there's a few public crypto mining companies like Riot Blockchain and Bit Farms that like I follow them on Instagram and stuff, and they have like $500 million facilities, and these things are huge, like basketball
yeah,
arena size facilities. And it's literally just a concrete building with a bunch of miners. That's it. It's
yeah.
just they're crazy to see.
I want
If
to know.
anyone out there doesn't know what these look like, type in Riot blockchain mining facility. You'll be amazed. It's crazy.
It's the scale of everything is ridiculous.
Yeah, like what I'm so fascinated about all those places or all those facilities is how do they connect all of them together? Like
I
how do they
know
have so much like such a great network to be able to just support all of that? It's crazy to
lots
me.
of wires.
Yeah, hella wires.
Yeah, and I want to know their electric bill.
Yeah, because that's actually what I'm curious too. Because especially with a lot of these public companies, you can actually see their expenses, and a lot of the companies they're spending so much money on electricity, they're not even profitable yet. Like I know Bit Farms in the last year they mined like over 1,000 Bitcoin or something, maybe even above that, and they weren't even profitable because they spent so much money. But I think once they realize how to make it profitable with maybe renewable energy or maybe like hydro or solar panels, they'll be able to make a lot of money, especially big facilities like that.
Yeah, I know that some facilities are making a profit. Like I saw this guy, he invested, I want to say around $1 million, and he's like, like his expenses are like $30,000 a month on
Yeah,
electricity, and he's making a decent profit. I don't think
yeah,
he spent 1 million. I think he spent more than that, but still.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely profitable. Probably a lot of the public companies are just trying to expand so much that they're spending all of their like
Yeah,
shareholders' money, which makes sense. But I think for a lot of like small cap, I don't really know how to explain it, but like small facilities that are over a
private
couple
owned
100,000.
stuff.
Yeah, I feel like especially for private stuff, they're doing it right because they don't need any like
Yeah,
investor help because they're making money already.
yeah, it's all from them.
Yeah. So for my third story, it's kind of like a two-part story, but the main part of it is not really great news for the NFT space, but it's the South Korean government stands firm on their NFT games. So pretty much, South Korea's game rating and administration committee has reiterated its ban on NFT games, which isn't great for the NFT space, but there's more to it than just that they banned it. There's kind of more to the story, and the chair of the game rating administration said once again it cannot allow NFT games. However, he added that not all blockchain games are banned. So pretty much what they're doing is there's a lot of NFT games that are play to earn. So like instead of like maybe getting XP in like a regular game, you're getting like a small crypto, and they'll actually go to
Hmm.
your wallet. Like there's a lot of games where it's actually not it's like you'd make more money just like working a regular job than just playing video games. But like say I don't know how to explain it, but like probably a basic example would be like getting coins in Mario, just like jumping up and getting coins. Like that would transfer to a certain crypto, and that would be placed in your wallet. and you could like buy NFTs in the game and like clothes and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, with a lot of these 4-play games, they're obviously like to make a profit, and a lot of people are kind of overhyping them, in my opinion, because people are saying that, oh, all these games, the metaverse is going crazy. Like, I believe in the metaverse, but you can't really say that like all these games are going to make this much money, because if they were worth this much, like not as many people would like sell it instantly. Like like if people thought it actually had value, they'd hold it, if that makes sense. Like, I think a lot of these games do have potential, but I think a lot of crypto enthusiasts and NFT like game players need to understand that like you're in it for the money. We all understand. Like, a lot of us, we obviously want to make a profit, which I think once we realize, like, we be true with ourselves that we want to make a profit, then we can start expanding to what truly matters. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
But
super
I think
interesting though.
Yeah, it does have a lot of what's the word? It does have a lot of potential, especially with play to earn games, because maybe Polygon makes a game and then it will blow up because people really like the Polygon blockchain. It can really just be do anything, especially like it can kind of be like a incentive for people to get into the metaverse. Like, say Facebook partners with a crypto blockchain, and then they have like a certain metaverse, and you play in it, and you kind of get used to the metaverse, and you get rewarded for it. It would be like a free trial type thing, if that makes sense. Like, kind of, you try this metaverse out for a week, and we'll give you crypto, and then you eventually want to just keep playing because you enjoy it.
Yeah, and you're in crypto.
Yeah. So, all in all, after my like stories, I think that there's a lot of positives as well, kind of to balance it out with a little negative at the end. But honestly, that negative is a positive in my opinion, because all the South Korean government is saying that they just don't want games that are play to earn. They're completely fine with blockchain games, or like they're completely fine with video games on the blockchain. They just don't want it to be play to earn. So, all in all, I'm pretty positive about it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to cover before we go?
Nope, I'm all good.
Alright, so I'll just leave the viewers with this one tip. If you all are looking for a decent crypto wallet, the number one wallet I would tell you to go get, they're all free by the way, is first I'd go to Coinbase. We're obviously not getting paid because barely anyone's actually listening to this, but number one would be Coinbase. Number 2 would be a MetaMask wallet. Number 3 would be a Trust wallet. And then number 4 would be an Exodus wallet. I think, in my opinion, they're all really safe, and it's a decent place to put your crypto. And I feel like even if you have $50, $100 to spend, you can join this like crypto world, and you don't have to have a bunch of money like the stock market game. Like, a lot of people in the stock market, like, if you don't have more than $10,000, what are you doing? But for crypto, you can join this. You can join this like economic class just by having little money. Like, your wallet it's the same thing as your checking account, same thing as your debit account. It's simple, and you can use it, and you can hold it, and we'll just try and make some money along the way. So, I'll leave you with that. If you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and share this with your friends. We don't run any ads or anything, so it's basically a word of mouth podcast. And if you feel so inclined that you want to follow the NFT Nation on Instagram, we have an Instagram account. It's at NFT_Nation_podcast. Go check that out. Give it a follow. Maybe DM me and say you love the podcast, and if you have any ideas of what we should talk about, just go ahead and DM me on that as well.
Yeah, so, and also tell us things that we could improve on as well. I mean,
exactly.
We're just starting this, so anything that you guys say kind of helps.
Yeah, like any critiques and positives we'll take right to heart and try to fix along the way. So
yeah,
we this is a goodbye for me, and Alex, I'll let you end it if you want.
All right, so thanks guys for listening to the podcast. Like Michael said, follow us on any of our social medias that we have, and have a good day.
See ya.